Yo. Hello, everybody. It's been a while. This time I even have to pour my beer because I wanted it fresh. As you can see, new backdrop. It's not a fake one, it's an actual one. Yeah, so the reason for that is we bought a house somewhere December last year. Had to do some renovations. They're finally done. We moved in 3 weeks ago, and then I ended up not having internet for, yeah, I think we got internet back last Wednesday. So this is really the first time I can stream again. so I'm really glad that I'm actually able to stream again. In the meanwhile, a bunch of new people have been following me. I have no idea how that works because, yeah, I haven't been streaming. So maybe because of YouTube or whatever, but in any case, we'll see how this goes. Let me know if there's a difference in quality, like a difference in quality because of, I don't know, like the internet connection is bad or something like that. But it should be okay. I did some tests. Anyway, I will cheers you. Skål! Cornet in a cornet glass, why not? It's... Yeah, I've got the window next to me. You guys don't see that, but... Oh. Oh god. Oh, that's so good. I think I also will try to do some live coding. That must have been loud. I will try to do some live coding from our yard, in fact, because the Wi-Fi connection should reach there if I let the door open, let's say. It's really weird. If you close it, then bad connection. But next time I will try to do that. If the weather allows it, of course. Now it should allow it, but I didn't really have the time to set myself up for that. It takes some moving of all of my different screens here, but it should be okay. Yeah, so the thing I tried to do before starting the stream was firing up some scenario tests, and those do not seem to work. Which I don't really understand why that is. Excuse me. Because it's making... So my integration test is making a connection, but it says that there is no... that there aren't the right tables there. But when I look in my database connection in IntelliJ, they are there. So I don't really know what's going on there. Oh, and then C# Fritz was hosting me. That's cool. Oh no, wait, it's the other way around. I was hosting C# Fritz, so they are a really cool C# developer, I think. I'm not really sure what is doing now. But this isn't really a change, so let's revert that one. And then, yeah, basically now it's just figuring out again where we left off. The last thing I did or committed, maybe, that can be a helpful thing. Maybe let's also put this thing in presentation mode. Oh man. IntelliJ is trying to do all new fancy stuff like introspecting server objects. God knows what that means. But let's enter presentation mode. There we go. It's not working yet, I don't think. There we go. Alright. Let's see what the last thing we did was and when. Seems like more than over a month ago easily. We are now forwarding to the register page when a user successfully authenticated but wasn't known in the backend. Oh, by the way, last time one of my viewers Forever Mash, they mentioned that should you be storing your JOT tokens in local storage? Apparently it's a bad idea. The reason why is because then malicious users might try to access the local storage via malicious code, basically. And with cookies, they don't have control over that because cookies are read-only. It's something I learned in the course that I followed via work. I think I can show it somewhere, right? What was it called again? Something like API security with Philippe de Rijk. Might have misspelled his name there, but here we go. Dr. Philippe de Rijk, I'm sorry. This was a very good course. You learned quite a lot. He makes a lot of time for like actual questions and stuff. And he is able to adapt the things that he teaches depending on the audience or the person asking questions. So I really, if you can follow one of his workshops, then I highly recommend it. It's a very good course. He's got hands-on exercises as well, which it doesn't really hold you by the hand to do those things. And the remote thing worked quite well as well. So yeah, I was impressed. Yeah, very good course. So if you, maybe I'll just try to post it in chat or something. There you go. But so this was quite helpful in trying to understand how security works basically in API land. And then I guess if I'm making what's it called, like when I'm recommending that, I can only recommend my employer, which is Kunlabora, for allowing me to go to this course. They understand the value of learning, and we try to keep each other up to date as well on what goes on in development land and what's important to our community of developers, of crafters. So thank you, Kunlabora, for allowing me to go to that course in the first place. You can check out some of those articles, even though they might be in Dutch, some of them. But that should be fine. All right, so in progress, we have an unregistered user can register as a player. And then there's a bunch of stuff there, which needs more. Oh, wait, no, it's this button. Oh, here we go. Get a JOT token upon successful authentication with their IDP. Oh, I have learned that IDP is actually a term used in SAML security. So IDP is actually an incorrect term because we're doing OIDC, which is part of the OAuth 2 specification. I don't know why I did a cross. Maybe that's just because I haven't done it yet or something. So verify jot.sub plus ISS matches something like this. Matches with a known registered player, new endpoint. I don't think we've got that yet. So as soon as, I guess that's the first order of business today, is to fix our scenario tests. I hope I'm not going to spend too much time on that. So yeah, event store does not exist. It is according to the database. Oh, Jesus. Now I don't know what I did, but I wanted to do Control and then D to go to database. And then look at this here. Postgres events DB. The specs of that thing. Oh my god, it's so slow. Edit source. Isn't there like a details thing somewhere? Yeah, no, that's not it. I remember that it was Command I. I don't know what thing it was that it did. Let's cancel the unknown process. Looking for command I, maybe that'll help. No. Maybe it's on this thing. I need to do command I. Also no dice. It's this thing here. Waiting for the pop-up because nothing's happening. Ah, there we go. Command I already registered. So we're trying to navigate to localhost 6668 to the Postgres events DB, and then this here should be the URL. We are running our scenario tests using just Spring. So somewhere in the same package or module. Good lord, this is so slow. I remember trying to do this stuff last time as well and then having a horrible time with this. Okay, there are properties defined. Oh, we do see 6669 as a Postgres projections DB. That's this one, I assume. But that one also was complaining. So we also have the event store profiles active. And this thing, I think, was defined in here. And there are resources. There we go. And this is pointing RDBC to R2DBC, sorry. Localhost 6668 and then the Postgres events DB. But they don't seem to be used, or what? That's what IntelliJ is trying to tell me at least. Oh yeah. My god, this is immensely slow. Okay, so that's just a definition, but it's supposed to be used. Where would it be? In the event store, in the Postgres event store. And we've got an injected database client here. And this might be defined somewhere else as a config or something. I don't know. I don't think it's here. Yeah, I don't remember. So really it should be connecting to the same thing. And then when it's run, we're just getting this. I wonder. I wonder what else changed as I am. Since last time, I don't think anything really. Oh, here it's registered players that doesn't exist supposedly. So that's in this one, but I can see that there. So maybe if I refresh it, they'll be gone or something. That just means I won't have run my flyaway scripts or something. Which I guess it should the moment that the Spring Boot server starts up. Exciting. It's refreshing. Yeah, I think I really need to do something about the resources that Streamlabs is taking, because I remember distinctly that after I switched to this kind of view where I even see a bunch of lag, like if I do this, now it's showing. So there's like a second of lag even in displaying the preview. That can't be right. So I think Streamlabs is hogging all the resources now on my little bitty Mac. Just wondering if it doesn't affect the stream itself too much. Like, let me know if it does, huh? I guess we can try to just turn it off for now and see what that does. Probably this thing. There we go. Now it's just black, but you know, maybe it'll help. There is still some animation there. Ah, it does seem to be empty, huh? Sure, let's just try doing this query. Ah, there we go. Okay, so at least now we've got a better pointer here. Let's see, because I think, where is that? Did I define it separately? Maybe an adapter, rest, no, RDBMS. There is a DB migrations thing. So apparently Flyway is not doing its thing. So maybe I'll just create it now or something. I don't know what I should do, in fact. That's curious, huh? Let's just add these ourselves then. And this one too. Voila, just perform both of those. Use the buffer, run it. Voila. And then also do the other one. Voila. And then we'll just get rid of this stuff. Ah, you know, the proper thing I should have done, in fact, and maybe I am going to still do that, in fact, is if I would just launch the actual application, then that thing would probably create the tables and the tables that Flyway, hello, that Flyway suggests, or well, needs basically, based on the Flyway migration table. So why don't we do that? Let's do run of, oh sheesh y'all, it's nowhere to be found. So we'll try to do, okay, here we go. Scrambled application, that's the thing I want to run, which should then also create those tables. I'm also wondering what other parts of this thing, of my setup here, is using a bunch of resources. I can't really tell that well. But yeah, I've been looking into, you know, offloading the what you call that, like the looking into streaming cards, for example, but I'm not sure if it would help with the performance, because I guess it's still OBS that's taking a bunch of resources from my system, and it's not necessarily the streaming itself. So I'm not unsure if OBS runs on that stream card, the external one. I doubt that it does, in fact. Emawa. Okay. Let's get rid of that one too. And then there's, I don't know, what, like some process is trying to do something here. Okay, I don't care about whatever this thing is, or this probably. I just want this thing to run. Unless I hope y'all are doing well though, and being able to deal with the heat. It's not easy. Ah yeah, also normally it was supposed to be not the last Sunday, but the one before that. I should have done like one of the Sunday special episodes, which I haven't. And this time, or this Sunday, I don't have time to do that either, but I'll try to do one to make up for last time as well. So expect one of these Sundays, so probably not this one, but then the next one, to be one of the Sunday specials. And then we are back on track. Yeah. I'm also looking to increase the frequency of doing these sort of streams. Probably if I understand how to fix this problem with the performance, because this can't be great. It's just not fun for me either to wait this long a time. Okay, so now the registration scenario is running again for some reason. I don't know why. It didn't instruct IntelliJ to do this, but I guess whatever, it's gonna fail anyway, right? I mean, I guess so. I'm not really sure now. What if Flyway does go off this time? Then I'm in trouble. I won't be able to explain it. Ah, yeah, here we go. So event store doesn't exist either? Ah, okay. It doesn't indeed exist. That's also very strange. So then I really need to make sure I'm able to run the scrambled application. Let's run this. Is it though? Is it running? Because I don't see it anywhere, IntelliJ. Ah, here we go. Ah, event store doesn't exist. Okay, I guess I never... The migration doesn't run somehow. So then Flyway is not doing its job, eh? I guess then we will have to run everything manually, because then I have no trust in Flyway actually doing its thing yet. That's not cool though, bro. Let's try to run it again, see what happens. Good lord, it's hot here. Good thing I've got pinches, or more or less a cornet. Honestly, you'd think I'm sponsored or something. So Cornet, if you're looking, I'm looking at you, right back at you. Hit me up. Okay, there we go, we started, and then the leaderboards don't exist. So yeah, Flyway really isn't doing its job anymore. I really don't understand why. It might be that Flyway, the library updated, or it might just no longer be on the path after I did some... Ooh, that might be it. Let's first check that thing out. Okay, so my hunch is that after I did a bunch of refactorings to how do you say that? Like in multi-module Gradle projects, they recommend to have a build source with your own custom plugins, basically, where you can manage what all of the shared dependencies are. So for example, excuse me. So for Spring, there are some common how do you say that, like common plugins or common dependencies that I want. One of them is the BOM itself, the bill of materials. And then I want all of my Spring plugin projects, custom Spring plugin projects, to have the Spring Boot starter test as a test implementation dependency. But I think, in fact, web does have a Spring Boot starter web, which I thought would just include Flyway, but it might not any longer. I'm not really sure. Some DI dependencies itself, because I wanted specifically just the DI, so the dependency injection part. Apparently I also wanted the same granularity for my transaction dependencies, which I'm no longer sure why I needed that in the first place. And then there are boot conventions, which just uses the Spring Boot starter web implementation. And I know that my web module depends on the Spring Boot conventions plugin, which is, yeah, basically this one, huh? Spring.boot-conventions, that's this one. And then web, I'm not really sure why that's different or what that thing has extra. Or what actually which Gradle or module has. It should be this one. Boot conventions has it itself. Okay, that makes sense. And then adapter REST API. All right. Okay. So boot wires everything together, and then web is really just for the REST API bullshit, so the controllers, etc. Okay then. Well, okay then. But which file am I in? Okay. Nothing here explicitly defines flyway, so it might be, I'm not really sure. The bomb, and then we use the Spring plugin here, which is defined or should be defined over there, which is a Spring Boot Gradle plugin 2.4, which I assumed included the flyway dependency, but might have not included that one. So let's try and, just add that here or something more explicitly. I'm not really sure if that's a good idea. Implementación. Not really sure if it's an actual implementation thing either. Anyway, I don't know, org.flyway, something like that. Let's look it up, because I bet using IntelliJ to do that lookup is also going to take forever. Let's go to Maven repository, increase the font size a bit, and then look for flyway as a module. FlyWayDB, flyway core. What other dependencies do you have? Fran. The Gradle plugin, don't need. Parent, no. Nah, dude. Let's just do this one. Just take the most recent one, I guess. Well, actually, it doesn't matter which version as long as I got this. So FlyWayDB, and then it's flyway core. FlyWayDB, flyway core. And then we assume that I don't need a version here because I expect it to be pulled in via Spring Boot, if that makes sense. And then since this is a plugin script, you can't really like refresh Gradle here. So what I'll need to do is go to the G for Gradle and then do a refresh here, and then hopefully it's not gonna complain about not finding a version for this. By the way, yeah, so this house is still unfinished. I still need to paint, or we still need to paint all over here. All over the house, in fact. But we did a bunch of renovations. Like a new bathroom and stuff. Because, I mean, the building was originally built in 1989, I think, so that's quite a long time ago. But the electricity was fine, the roof was fine. It has an enormous yard. It's not that far from Leuven either, so I mean it's an ideal location. I had no idea that I wanted or would have liked a yard this much as I am doing now, because I really enjoy just sitting outside, especially in this weather, just staring out at the trees and the grass and the flowers. It's really cool. Very, very happy. Allee, jong zeg. So the sync is taking an immense amount of time. I'm gonna look at the VM options. It's 24/8. It's already quite high, but I'm not sure if it needs more. Or even how to check how much it's using. I think I can check, maybe just let's try to do memory or something. Memory usage. Now. CPU and memory live charts. So is this about IntelliJ itself, or? Yeah, it's about all of the sub-processes, I guess. I don't know what this one is. I guess it's IntelliJ itself. Now that seems fine. Its usage. Except maybe this is always full. Anyway, let's just try running the scrambled application once again. See if that does anything. Stop and rerun, young. Jesus! I also switched projects at the beginning of the week, in fact. Very exciting. Alright, so we're half an hour in. Still haven't run a successful scenario test. That's not quite good. You could blame it on IntelliJ, but I would blame it on Streamlabs, in fact. Because before everything went fine, then I just switched to a new theme and everything is messed up. Or it could just be my machine. Some other stuff that's hogging resources, which I don't really know what it could be. Let's just kill a bunch of stuff. Let's do force quit. And then do a bunch of stuff. Don't need this. Goodbye. Oh, Microsoft Teams is still running. Okay, that's gonna be one of the hogs, I guess. And then other than that, I don't really have that much running, in fact. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is crazy. Maybe it's because it's still indexing paused. Brutal to have occurred on stream. This is why I started it up before I was gonna start streaming, because I knew it was gonna be brutal. Here now, indexing seems to go quite fast. Oh. I guess there is a bunch of extra noise though from the cars going by. You can hear them a lot more because I'm got my window open here to give some fresh air. This is incredible. What if I would run Maven locally? Clean compile or something. Excuse you. Oh yeah, it's not Maven. It's brutal. Guess which dependency manager my new project uses. Oh, now IntelliJ is understanding that there are changes there. Wish I could get rid of this. Oh, do test and then that should hook into everything. Yay. And then I guess this is also going to run the scenario tests I'm not really sure if it is, but we'll see. As long as it's compiling, alright. But we'll still need this information in IntelliJ, I think. Here's output, in fact. It's trying to build. At the same time as Maven is trying to do that. This we know of. Can probably be written a bit better. Right. Maybe I should also do like a accent, I don't know, accent Thursdays or something, that we just pick an accent and I can offend people by using a bad accent. Let's just have another drink. It always helps. Maybe as we wait, let me actually go get something, because I noticed something that I can in fact talk about. More ramblings. Or maybe I should just keep that for a Sunday special. I'm not really sure. Just hang on, huh? We'll be right back. Build failed. And the compile failed even. Jesus. Oh, that's because of the Ktor. That's too bad. It's been bugging me for a while. I know. Maybe I just shouldn't. Like include that as a module anymore, because it's just being annoying now, and I'm not really. How do you say that? I'm not supporting it yet. So there's the idea to switch to Ktor at some point, and I just tried it out a little bit, and it seems to be quite lightweight, honestly. So that's cool. But now we're bundling two things at the same time, which makes no sense anymore. So then if I would to do this again, I guess it's not going to compile. I mean, it will fix compilation because it's not going to take those things into account any longer. But let's just see what IntelliJ does with this thing. In the meanwhile, let me talk to you about this book recommendation that I got from Wim Bolle, I think in 2018, I think, just before I joined Kunlabora. So before I switched from, I used to work for Segica, which is a well-known IT company in Belgium. I learned all of the things there are to know about working agile, etc. I learned test-driven development over there in a team. I learned what it meant to work with fast increments, be that stories or tests or sprints, whatever. The feedback cycles of agile development are quite important. And I gained insight there. But then when I said after 10 years, I said I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna join a bunch of other people who started a new company called Kunlabora, which retained the mindset and the identity that I was grown to love. Wim Bolle, I guess I don't really know if I can call him that, but he's sort of a mentor for me. He's like one of the lead people of hosting the lean coffees in Belgium in general. And he knows a great deal about lean and so lean principles, agile development, etc. And he told me you should probably read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And then he shared an excerpt out of there, out of that book, and he shared something like, I'm just gonna butcher it, so maybe I should look it up and then leave it for the Sunday special. But the gist of it is that if you want to create something new because you're tired of the old, then make sure that you don't copy over, even if it is subconsciously, that you don't copy over the learnings of the old. Because if you do, you will just be creating a new factory of the old, but in a quote-unquote new shell. And I finally managed to finish this goddamn book. But now it's my favorite book. It's got everything in there. It's a philosophical book, I have to say. You can apply it to life in general, I guess. But it's got some really, really cool concepts and very well thought out analogies, etc. And then the writer, okay, it's not. He tries to mix, how do you say that, like theory with anecdotal stories, so that it sticks better, I guess, when you try to rehearse it or reflect on it. But yeah, so it's a really cool book. I think I might read it again, honestly, because it's something that I feel like I need to read again to be able to fully understand. That makes sense. It's sort of like the domain-driven design book by Eric Evans. That's also not something that you just read in one book or in one go. Oh, ooh, the language version is not set correctly. Well, that sucks. Or I could just say, there you go. Yeah. But so, like, the book recommendation I would give anyone ever is read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. My girlfriend, she told me that she had to read this book when she was 15. I was like, there's no way. There's no way that stuff in there would have stuck with me when I was 15. It's impossible. It's really impossible because it talks about such high level things like, well, why? Wait, what the hell? Oh snap. Good lord. So I guess what I did here. Okay, I don't want this. And why was that again? Because somewhere in here there's, coin a module that I just don't want to use. Okay, now I remember, I'm starting to remember why I was keeping that Gator stuff in there. So maybe it's going to be better if I just put this stuff on a branch or something. So revert all of this stuff. But I do have to remember about the spring alert, this one, yeah. Jesus. I guess what I also could do is just do the delete now. And then revert to a previous commit and then make a branch off of that one, I guess. So maybe let's try and do that instead. So Gator API, you can go as well. I forgot what other stuff is there. I guess this is also going to have a Gator thing or a coin thing or not. And we can see that in the dependencies and the dependencies. Okay, that's not it either. That means I can also get rid of coin and Ktor, and then also not include them here if that's necessary. Doesn't look like it. Okay, Ktor web, you can go. And then it might be that this module here, was it this one or maybe the API one? No. Also no. Also no. Okay, weird. And also no. Okay. Easy enough. Maybe infra has a dependency on coin. No. Okay. Yeah, UI probably won't. I've got a separate web one for that, so I can get rid of these. And then do a refresh. And then we basically got rid of Ktor. And then, oh, maybe I can already do that, which is to tag. Can you tag a commit when you're not on that commit? So basically I want to tag this commit here, I think, with the Ktor thing. And I'm on that now, in fact, so I can just do that. Git tag -h to help. Git tag annotate needs a message. Okay. And where's the message then? -a. Or do we just do -m first? This is the Ktor things. And let's just annotate it then with a tag name called Ktor. Something like that. There we go. Tag Ktor. Looks great. Well, these are fine. It seems to be compiling now. Not sure if we actually need the flyway core dependency. Let's try to just run the application again. It's weird that I can't just rerun it. Let's run scrambled application. Is it doing anything? It's indexing. Okay, should have a browser open here somewhere. And then I can copy paste the excerpt that Wim was mentioning, and it really stuck with me, and it made me read the book. Because basically he said like, okay, I understand that you're moving away from somewhere to basically run away from something that's bad. Try to make sure you don't make the same mistake again. Let me try to look it up. Because it might also help you. Oh man, yeah, he gave me that advice on the 30th of December 2017. What an amazing guy. Okay, let me put it up here in sure, Markdown. Okay, I don't know why IntelliJ insists on making that noise when okay, so it reads, but to tear down a factory, or to revolt against a government, or to avoid the repair of a motorcycle because it is a system, is to attack effects rather than causes. And as long as the attack is upon effects only, no change is possible. The true system, the real system, is our present construction of systematic thought itself. So the way you look at things, right? Rationality itself. And if a factory is torn, but the rationality which produced it is left standing, so your reasoning about how that how you should approach work, for example, then that rationality will simply produce another factory. If a revolution destroys a systematic government, but the systematic patterns of thought that produce that government are left intact, then those patterns will repeat themselves in the succeeding government. There's so much talk about the system and so little understanding. I mean, this is such an amazing quote, and the book is full of these gems. So, also, maybe a thing to add here, and you will just read over this if you don't pay attention to it. Lumjacker, what's up, my man? Or a woman. How are you doing? I was just stalling, basically, to until my Gradle went fine. Ah, okay, so we're still getting this, I guess, or what? Let's try to run the application again. But yeah, so I'm gonna try. Are you a software engineer? I like to think I am. Does that answer your question? So AKA I am too shy to admit that I might be, huh? Oi. Would a software engineer have non-compiling Gradle scripts? Is that a fair question to ask? Hola! Thanks for following. Do you have any burning questions you want to ask, Lumjacker? Preferably ones that I can actually answer. That's a joke, you can ask anything you want. How are you doing? Do you work at a company or are you a millionaire? Well, I'm definitely not a millionaire, so I must work at a company. Yeah, no, I work at a company. I do this in my spare time. Sometimes that might make sense, sometimes it might not. I really don't understand what's going on. Everything seems to be breaking in IntelliJ, but when I run a simple Gradle here, it's gonna work. Which technologies do you use? That's a loaded question. I think to answer it, in my hobby projects, or wait, the ones that I love, are Kotlin, because of its strong typing and its, how do you say that? Compatibility with JVM languages, like Java. For me, Kotlin is really just like the next version of Java. That's about it. And everybody should switch to it. But in my real life work, I use Java mainly, but I also know some TypeScript, some JavaScript, yeah, and HTML, of course, and stuff like that. And I use Java on my at my job currently, but we're also using some Kotlin for some parts, some smaller parts, just so I can, you know, or like work with some good languages as well at work. And I'm a college graduate, I think is the best comparison. So I did higher education, is what you call it, in applied computer sciences. That's supposedly the translation of the course I followed, or like how do you say it? Well, actually, you would think that if I would do Kotlin, but I'm not really into. I've never done Android development at all. I just use Kotlin in the backend as a replacement for Java, really, and it's working swimmingly, honestly. You know, if Gradle plays along, that is. I really don't like that none of this is working. Oh. Okay. Maybe I should add an explicit dependency on Kotlin Reflect then. And also the DSL plugin seems to be using 1.3. That's why. What about you, Lumjacker? Tell me about yourself. Are you looking to get into the software development business, or? Vincent, nice to meet you. Or nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Jesus. I'm sorry if I laughed too loud and broke your ears that way. Oh no. Flyway auto configuration. Ah, now we finally found the culprit. Ya bastard. Okay, so we did learn that the Gradle compilation, if you just run it like this, it does work, in fact. So IntelliJ is just wrong, apparently. Maybe what we could do is to check. Oh, so this might be why 1.4. We should move it to 1.5, maybe. Not really sure. Or get rid of the Flyway dependency. See what that thing does. Let's do Gradle and then do a refresh here or something. I don't know. Oh yes, good sir. Nice to meet your acquaintance. Yes. How are you doing? Aren't you too hot on this summer day? My cornet is almost gone, so I'll need a refill quite soon. By the way, now that we've officially moved in, we need to organize a welcoming party, yeah, Vincent? So keep your mailbox in de gaten. Good lord. I really need to do something about this. Like, add some speed. You just mown your lawn for the first time this year and it was hard. I bet it was. Oh yeah, barbecue kids. Gonna be good. Gonna be good. I hope you're not allergic to chicken feathers because they will be around and about everywhere, even outside. Or maybe pollen might be like an actual thing though. You've got a lindeboom, like right next to our terrace. Oh shit, only the grass. Oh no, and you just mow your lawn. That's brutal. Oh. Hey man, props for getting through that experience then. Good job. It's very adult of you. Took plenty of medication, okay. Well, then I hope that the medication doesn't have a lot of side effects. Instead, we're just waiting for Grail to build stuff in IntelliJ. Come on, man. This is horrible. Horrible experience. Please fix speed IntelliJ. Okay, thanks, barbecue. So what we have been struggling with is that our scenario tests, quote unquote, suddenly no longer find their tables anymore. So honestly, it might just have been a thing that I worked around before by just adding those tables to just, you know, like make sure I can continue streaming regularly. But if it is, then that was a bad idea and I need to fix it. But fixing it like this, I mean, during streaming seems a bit annoying. It's only because it gets impossible if I leave it to later. Yeah. It's brutal. It does turn into forest quite quickly. But you know, like we've got, in our grass, we've got a bunch of flowers. And I'm always like remorseful of like, do I really want to mow down flowers? I mean, it's pretty, eh? But is it an excuse for not mowing down the lawn? You bet it is. Oh, man. Oh. Let's just hope it does works now. You took pictures. That's actually not bad of an idea. I think I also took pictures. I think before I mowed it in May, we had like these pretty purple flowers popping up everywhere in our lawn. It was beautiful. And now there are like these little orange, I don't know what you call them, but it's like orange flowers. And it's only when the sun is out that they're like opening their petals to the sun. And when it's nighttime, they close again. So it's really nice. Well, very pretty to look at. It's like I'm discovering a whole new thing I didn't know I liked. So that's cool. And it's just something stupid or silly like flowers or grass. So. Okay, now web seems to be in a bit of a jiffy, innit? I don't know why though. My main it. Yeah, the orange. Those are the ones. The orange ones. Yeah. Yeah, which was an excuse to never mow the lawn. Yeah, I bet it was the same for me, honestly. Okay, here we go. Registration scenario. Let's go. Waiting 2 minutes for our tests to run. Let's go. Still not working. Okay, so let me tell you what. I will write down on a temporary piece of paper that I should fix. No, you know what? I will do it properly. We've got a thing for that. Okay, that's not here. So let's just do fix running flyway during scenario tests, because apparently it's not doing that anymore. Okay, so if we have got this, then oh, what the fuck is going on? Didn't want these or this one. This one, let's make it a red color because it's a bug, and then put it at the top so we take it on next time. And then at least we can continue if I, you know, go to the database. So the event store is there because I manually executed those statements. Then we can just ignore this for whatever reason. And then go to RDBMS main resources, DB migrations. Copy paste that one. Copy this one. Go to the database thing again. Not the events database, but the projections database. And then we're going to run both statements. This is from the buffer. Let's run this one first. Everything went fine. Let's run this one. Everything went fine. And then we can just rerun that scenario. I hope. Run. Oh boy. So this is me getting back into live coding, figuring out where I left off, what was broken and what was not. Or what did past Tim skim over or ignore. FC, you don't have electricity in your bathroom anymore? Wait, what? Don't have electricity in your bathroom anymore. Well, the electricity in the bathroom is fine, I think. Oh, shave yourself. Oh my god. You fucker. God damn it. I did not see that one coming. Yeah, it's indeed... Oh my god. Yes, so I do have electricity in my bathroom. I just choose not to. Allee. It's a new style, Sven. It's the Corona style. We need to do this somehow, you know? Plus all the ladies are commenting that it looks nice, so there. And it's not just my mom. I think she doesn't even like it, in fact. It's just Megan likes it, and then a bunch of other lady friends. Cheers, cheers. How do you like the ponytail, though? That's a bit awkward, no? The fucking ponytail, man. The ponytail is really just so that I don't get hair in front of my face. Yeah, all the ladies you see during Corona time, that's correct. But yeah, I'm not going back to the hairdresser. I'm going for long hair now. See how that works out for me. I mean, you only have this much time in your life, you know? Like, if you don't experiment with this kind of stuff, then when are you gonna do it? I'm turning 40 this week, this Friday, for God's sakes. So I should do it sometime, Plus, you know what? I asked my dad, I was like, hey, did you ever have long hair? And he's like, oh yeah, of course. I had my hair up until my shoulders. I was like, are you kidding me? I can't have just my dad have long hair. Now I need to know how it feels as well for myself. Yeah, so good times. Good times. Okay, I could have sworn I was running this test in the meanwhile. I really can't have IntelliJ be this unresponsive to me. This is not okay, Ali. Come on. I want to, you know, like do a rebuild project or something, but then we're indexing again. And I'm not sure if that's gonna help. Clicked it anyway. Our parents lived through hippie times. Never forget. This is true. Yeah. You know, the other day I was at my previous. No wait. So at my parents' house, but I went to my neighbor's house in the backyard, and their parents were out as well. And their dad was like, "Hey, you're really starting to look like a hippie, man." I was like, "Yeah, peace and love, friend. Peace and love." He's like, "Oh yeah, you really look like one now." I was like, shit. There's nothing wrong with hippies, honestly. At least that I know of. And I don't consider myself to be a hippie as long as I'm contributing to society and adhering to capitalism. Yay, capitalism, friends. Oh god. I'm finally spouting out nonsense. Oh my god, the cryptos. I hate those guys. And maybe not for the reason you think I hate them. So there's two major problems with that. The first problem is they're making graphic cards extremely expensive. This is why I hate them. And the second problem is that it's turning into an ecological disaster. Oh shit. I would fit in fine at Genk in Zwartberg with the Outlaws. I have never heard about them. But my CT's is not that bad. I think I can fit in quite nicely. Nee, ik zweer. Ik maak die beeld hier, weet je. Die Kotlin, die werkt niet. Wat doet je daarmee? Ik zweer u. Oh, it's a biker gang. Ah, the Outlaws. Okay, shit's not working. I'm gonna close the project. Maybe that will help. I'm at a loss. Let's open up IntelliJ again. Oh, here it is. Scrambled eggs. Let's go. I also don't know why this would help, in fact. Oh, these fucking mosquitoes. Get lost, you piece of shit. Yeah, so never heard of the biker gang, the Outlaws. But I would fit in. Don't I need a bike before I can join them? Sounds like I should. What bike should I get? This is right. I don't think I want a Harley. Even though, you know, it's funny. I was advertising the book Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. And there they do sort of advertise a Harley because it's more of a mechanical. It consists of mechanical components and less of electrical components, let's say. Ah, the affair. That's also a good thing to have as a midlife crisis. You're right. Let me check with Megan first. Dear God. Maya. Yeah, so read that book, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance. I can't recommend it enough. I finally finished it, by the way, after 2 long years of off and on reading. Now I really found it worthwhile to have read it. Here, what do you know? Closing and opening IntelliJ again makes me able to run the tests. and it fixed the compilation error somehow. Oh god, the magic that is programming. And you want to bet that it's green as well, wiping the database? How long have we been? Oh, it's still breaking. Oh, but okay, at least one of them works. You're trying to register a player, but there's already a player registered with the same external. Interesting. Yes. I vaguely remember that I added a second test that might have not worked. Ah, it's because of Gordusk. He breaks the test. That's probably why. Okay, let's see. What if we would run the test again? Is it gonna break again? Because if it's not, then it must be a flaky test. And then I will be sad because I didn't save the results so that I can understand what was happening there. Oh dear God. So first, registers themselves twice, receives an error. Okay. Oh wait, so this isn't, oh, I'm so dumb. So this is the error, in fact. But we're getting a different account, it seems, or different error, it seems. Assertion failed over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess this is normal. So in the register player step, we are in fact hard failing. Because we're trying to register a player, but there's already a player registered with the same external account ref. I guess that's something that I no longer want to handle in my steps because I'm handling it in my exceptional case. So this is really strange because I committed this and the test is failing. So from my understanding, I should, I guess, still do this? No, I really don't need to do this at all, in fact. Because our API result thing is gonna take care of that now. It's really strange that I never removed that. Okay, whatever. This is your new house, by the way. Yes, it is, yeah. So this is my desk area, basically. I can show you around a little bit. So this is me. Please don't judge the mess, because we still haven't really unpacked everywhere. So let's go. That's this is my second screen. There's my trophy. I don't know, this is me. And then there's like a door that goes to the hallway. There's a nice wall. And wait, over there, behind the window, is a toilet, really close. So when I drink too much and I suddenly need to barf, I can just go straight there. And then right next to me is an open window. And yeah, that's about it, really. This is my room. Oh shit. There we go. But yeah, I will give you a tour the moment you come over. And this part we still need to paint. Right now it's only how long until you mistake the window for the toilet? Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope it'll take forever, honestly. Holy shit. I've got like a good anecdote of somebody that I know. I will not mention their name. But they told a story about how they went out partying really, really hard. And they stayed over at somebody's place, like a friend's place. And they were sleeping in the couch in the living room. And the couch, or like the living room, also had like a kind of closet like that, but one that you could open, you know, with doors. And apparently in the middle of the night, they were so drunk still that they unconsciously opened the closet and just peed into the closet, thinking it was a bathroom or like a toilet. And then they just closed the doors again and went back to sleep. And the next morning they woke up with like a nasty smelling living room. And then they found out That's amazing. It's crazy. The crazy stories you hear from other people, definitely not me. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's brutal. And you know what? Like the most embarrassing part must have been that it was at somebody else's place. You've just defiled somebody else's closet. Who knows what was in there even? Oh my god, I still can't comprehend. Jesus Christ, that's so marginal. Holy shit. Let's mark this with a fixed test, basically. Now actually having a working test for the failure case. Also removed Gator dependencies because I didn't want to deal them not compiling anymore. Still struggling with Flyway not doing its job anymore for some reason. There we go. That's a nice commit message. What did we do here? We removed a bunch of stuff. We got rid of the Gator dependencies and modules, so we don't have to deal with that stuff anymore. And then we just fixed that test. And you know what? Now that I think of it, maybe we can do it in 2 commits. And then, fucking hell. Somehow my shortcuts are not working in the commit message anymore. And instead the window management is going off for some reason. So here we removed Gator dependencies, voila. And then we've got a different commit with a message I pasted earlier. There we go. Last time at Yannick's place I had McDonald's from earlier that day all over the sofa. Ah yeah. It does happen, honestly. Allee. It's one of the... how do you say, like, it's a calculated risk. And even, I think as a friend, if you have drunk friends over, I think you would still rather have them piss in your closet than have them go back home driving drunk. No? That's not an invitation to come do that at my place, by the way. But you know what I mean? It's something that just happens. You're absolutely right. All right, let's see. We are 1 hour 30 in, and I think we're back on track. I remember one time dying in League. Back when we used to play that, running out to the street to puke and be right back in time for oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know how far were you in the game, because as far as I understand, the longer you play, the longer the respawn timer goes as well. But that's like an achievement in itself, I think. Holy shit. Holy shit. I also remember doing something really stupid like that. Pretty late, I hope. It would have been more impressive if it was early game, what was it, like 5 seconds? You're like, oh, okay, I'm done with that. Let's go back. I remember one time when I was really bored. I don't know what gave me the idea, but I had like this really nice, actually it was a super nice bottle of aromatic vodka that I got from a Polish skater friend. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna play StarCraft 2 on ladder, and every game I win, I'm gonna have a full shot of this vodka. And I don't know, like, this was back in the, was it like maybe Heart of the Swarm days, probably. out of the swarm days. So games they took quite a long time. Not nowadays. It's like over in, I don't know, 10 minutes. But so I got so drunk. Oh my god! And I was thinking to my reasoning was, okay, at some point I will get so drunk that I won't be able to win any games anymore, and then that will cause me to stop drinking and recover. But that wasn't the case. Somehow I just kept being, either drinking really just made me good at StarCraft, or I was the matchmaking in StarCraft back then was horrible. You know, I will blame it on the matchmaking. Holy shit. But yeah, that was the repercussions of that were pretty bad. Ah, yeah, that's right. But you know, I think I won like 8 games in a row, no joke. It was amazing. But also brutal at the same time. Because the effect of downing a shot of vodka always came after a game. It was insane. I'm telling you, it was insane. I was like, holy shit, what am I doing? I need to stop now. Yeah, me neither. So really it was destiny or something, or fate messing with me. It was really insane. But I remember vaguely that somehow, like, I kept being matched against Zerg players, and my PvZ back then was like on point. So yeah, you're getting back into StarCraft 2. Are you really? Oh man, we need to play some matches if you are. Holy shit. TOS OP. Back then for sure, yeah. And then came Stefano with his swarm host plays. And everyone was lulled to sleep and never came back from it. No, I'm just kidding. Ah, good times back then, young. Holy shit. Okay. So, now that we've got a successful, or like a build going again. somewhat of a build going back again. I really need to think again what we were trying to do here. So we got a JOT token upon successful authentication. And I know that I tried to compare this JOT token. Oh wait, I've got like this nice, where is that thing? There was somewhere I added this flow. Here. Maybe this is gonna work properly. Okay, yeah. So, imagine an anonymous player user visits the website. They click on the register button because I think it's an interesting platform to join or whatever. They get redirected to federated login. So right now they're being forwarded to my keycloak that's up and running. Then they will redirect back towards our site with a valid JOT token, which we don't verify yet, so we really, yeah, whatever, we will see, huh? But then in any case, we extract the sub and the ISS as a combination out of that JOT token, because that supposedly supplies uniqueness. Yeah, whatever. And then when that happens, so when we have an unknown combination, so we don't know that anonymous user or authenticated anonymous user as a player, then they are presented with a form where they fill in their nickname. And then once they fill in their nickname, then we just basically combine both their nickname and the issuer and sub and make a registered player with that, basically. And then you've got a player registered event. But in the case that they are known, in that case they just get redirected to home, and I guess we should be able to show on screen who they are, basically. So just to make sure that, hey, our system, we know who you are. We know who you are. We know where you live. That's it basically. So maybe let's just test that thing out, even though I think the commit says that we've already done that. We are now forwarding to the register page when a user successfully authenticated but wasn't known in the backend. So maybe let's also check if the other case is true, so that when we do already know the player, that we just stay on the home page and show information on who they are. So we haven't done that yet, so let's set up or run the application. Where is that thing? Here. Run the backend basically, and then maybe we should also try to run the front end somehow. This has been only a month and I've already forgotten all of it. How bad is this? Jesus. By the way, we're still building this this website. Okay, it's really a hobby project from now on. I don't think I will ever finish this on time. There's something in main, I don't know. npm something? Install Angular CLI, get lost, yeah. Start, yeah, this is like something, looks like something I need. And it crashes, nice. Or it got, yeah, it got minimized for some reason, I don't know why. Alright, here we go. So FZ, I don't actually know if you've ever seen this, but you're in here, man. You've won from me, unsurprisingly. But it also seems that I've won from you at some point. Oh, what's that? It's okay. So these are currently the registered players here. So I am now an anonymous user because I'm not logged in. I'm gonna say like, ooh, this looks like a cool website to join. I'm gonna click register. You what, mate? Page not found. Excuse you? Page not found. Maybe my key cloak isn't configured properly anymore, so let's check that out. So that was 7070, or was it? Yeah, sure. Okay, and then if I know myself, I will have created a user called Bruce with password I love bats. And what do you know? We're logged in. Let's see, clients. Voila. There is no scrambled client here. Fuck. Did I not save that in an export or something? Oh, I'm so stupid if I wasn't. Oh no, now I need to do this all over again. Oh shit, that sucks. Okay, so yeah, that kind of sucks quite a lot. At Realm. Scrambled, sure. Oh, maybe let's first look at some settings, maybe somewhere. Oh, where will I have put that? Infra security? Okay, not here. Then it must be in web. Or not. Where will I put... Ah, maybe it's just in the UI that does the forwarding? Jesus Christ. This is... Oh, we've got the security thing here. So maybe let's look for... localhost or something. No? Oh, brutal. This is brutal. You export and import a JSON file of all our keycloak conflict. Yeah, we do that too, in fact. But did you know that it's broken in the newer keycloaks? Because it's what's it called? They no longer, or they want you to use the JavaScript plugin or something to upload the JSON or to import a realm now. But yes, somewhere in here there should be something like, let's just look at all the Elm files or something. And then let's check for localhost. Localhost, there we go. And then we've got an issuer URL. Ah, there we go. Oh my god. There we go. You will hear from this soon, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Here we go. We've got a realm called Scrambled, which is good. Oh my god, now I have to remember all of the actions that I did. So let's just browse all of this stuff. That's how I usually do it. You know, I want to create a client which represents my UI. So let's call it Scrambled UI maybe. It's OpenID Connect, that's fine. And then what? I want it to be OpenID Connect. I think that's cool. I do not remember if it's implicit flow or not. So let's take a look. I think it might have been, oh yeah, okay. Scrambled ID, Scrambled UI, that's already nice. Oh, I also apparently did some magic to extract the name there. Good lord. Write down what you're doing. Why would I write it down? I'm recording all of this. Just like I'm rewatching the recording I did last time. That's how useful this is. Okay, but you're right. Let's do a keycloak. Let's create a markdown file. Let's read here, I don't know. Rebuilding the scrambled realm. I need to do this every time the Docker database is wiped for whatever reason. Create a new realm. Call it Scrambled. In said realm, add a new client. Call it Scrambled UI. That's what we've done up until now, I think. And then I think it's implicit flow, so I'm gonna enable this. I don't think there's direct access grant enabled. Yeah, the valid redirect URIs, we should look at that at some point, but then there should be like a thing you need to, is it here? I think it should be bearer only or confidential or something, so that it should allow you to add like oh fucking hell, where was it again? I'm looking for that place where you can add or where you can see the client ID and secrets, so where that thing is generated for you. But I really don't remember. Is it bearer only? Don't remember. I think it must be public. And then let's do implicit flow. Maybe let's save first and then see you what made. Okay then. It's HTTP because we don't, I don't know. Localhost 8000, incorrect. And then the callback URI, I guess it's also in here then. or not. Might be in the routes. Jesus, where did I put that again? Local key cloak. Let's do here and then a route or something. Parse routes. That's also not the thing I needed. So then it must be somewhere at init. Let's see what this thing does. Redirect URI. I guess we just redirect to the root. Okay, fine. Root it is. And then save. Yay, success. And then normally there should be a way to check what your session thing is, huh? Oh. It's not in roles, I don't think. These are fine. There's no specific mappers, I don't think necessary. Revocation, don't care. Session, don't care. Offline access, don't care. Installation, it's not that either. Is it somewhere here in authentication, maybe? It's not that I need to add a user for it, because you can add that to the client itself somehow, but I really don't remember how. I just remember vaguely that you need to mess with one of these settings somehow. Let's try setting it to confidential. Oh wait. Ah, here. Yeah, this is it. Okay, let's go. So, and put it access type to confidential. Where is that document? Make access type confidential instead of public. Publics. The. Also check or turn service accounts enabled on. Voila. And then what? Then you save. And once you save, there's a credentials tab. There we go. Once you save, a new credentials tab will become visible. And there we will find the secret. The secret. The secret which you'll need to provide in the, yeah, fucking hell. And now I think it's in main, I'm not sure. Let's just find secrets. Maybe it's in security? I really don't know why I didn't just add that stuff here. It makes so much sense if I would just add it here. You also add the redirect URL and maybe enabled. I also, oh, thank you. Enable implicit flow. And then the redirect URL, I don't know if it's like spell casting. Okay. This I will try to explain later. Get user info is also apparently a thing. I am looking for the redirect. Here's the update function. This is all like regular application code. Sign out. So I guess it's somewhere in here probably, and I got random bytes. Here's still more configuration. Maybe the secret just isn't used at all. And just scrambled UI is just used as is or something. I don't know what else there is to think about this. See, there's just a client ID that's being passed. Maybe we can just try it with this. See if that fixes things. Socket hangup. Okay. Let's try it again. Reticulate the spines. Okay, let's see what happens now. So I do register. Hey, I get redirected. Now I guess I need a user. So you don't even need the secret because it's not used. Very cool. I don't know why that is that we don't really need it. I guess the Keycloak just trusts whoever asks for credentials to. Maybe I think that's what implicit flow actually does. But so honestly, don't use implicit flow for web applications. That's something I learned in that course. You should use, what was the most secure one was authorization code flow with PKCE. That was I remember that vaguely. Okay, we don't need that at all. That's fine. We get redirected. Now I need a user. Let's do a user. FZ, what's your password? FZ. User is enabled. That's fine. We'll save them. SMD321. Nice. Then we will do credentials. We'll do SMD321. SMD321. It's not a temporary password. You just set. All you see is... Oh my god, really? That's so funny. It's just a random sequence of letters and numbers. SMD321. That's cool. Okay, we've created a valid user. So we'll just act as if our Keycloak is the Epic website, basically, because we'll just forward them to that. So we'll log in with FZ. I hope it's SMD321. We do sign in. Shit, this is bad. So the thing I expected here to happen is that combination, because I guess it was a valid one. Would have been detected by our backend as someone that we don't know, because there's only scallop in the database here. So let's see what happened there. Absolutely nothing. Oh boy. So I think the redirect is just working, but maybe the adapter is not working, or the controller. Let's see, yeah. I think it's in somewhere in player's registration controller. That seems like the perfect fit, in fact. Extract sub plus ISS from authenticated job token. We are doing that, in fact. It's right here. Ah, wait. This is being done in the UI now. So I guess that's fine. Voila. Let's put a breakpoint here and then rerun our scrambled application in debug mode. Debug. Yeah, debug. This thing. Oh my. Is it doing anything? Ah, there we go. So I expect... Oh man, I'm not really that bright at this point of day apparently. So I'm gonna look at the debugger of Elm. So we will see where we came in originally from that. So from the redirect from Keycloak, you can see that we do have a token, which is noise, and then we've got a network error. Okay, so there's something not quite right. Okay, so even having that breakpoint there was not gonna be helpful. We're also really not showing... Man, I remember doing this last time, in fact, and like putting a message here to show what was wrong or something like that. Because you can't really see the error. Where is that? Network error. What the fuck does network error mean? Oh, is that the proxy thing going off or what? Let's check that. It should proxy all of the... No, wait, it should work in any case because oh shit, I was gonna oh yeah, okay, it should be here. Yeah, there we go. So on when we load the page, we also are going to load the leaderboard basically, and this is gonna make an API call to the backend. To fetch the leaderboard basically, and only Scallop is a registered player apparently, so they are gotten from the backend. So it's not just... I mean, we must be sending something wrong here. But what was the call that we tried to do? Maybe we just do a network call? Ah, there we go, yeah. Vincent was on the same train of thought there. Let's refresh. We still have a token. So for Keycloak, we're still logged in. So if we click on register, we're going to get redirected to Keycloak, but we're already logged in and we will be immediately redirected here. Yeah. And then, oh, here we go. Course error. Cross-origin resource sharing error. It's a bit weird because... Why is that? We might need to add some settings to our thing here. Yeah, so it's quite annoying. Verdomme toch. So upon doing a user info call to Keycloak is responding with well, with the missing response headers basically, And then the browser is like, I am not trusting this for 1 bit, go away. Response headers. Ah, they put the response headers first now. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So this might also have to do with a bump in keycloak, because I don't really remember what I did to fix that. Yeah, maybe another setting in keycloak to tweak. I really hope so. Otherwise, I have to finally learn how to set up like my own local naming service. I would hate to do that stuff. Here, web origins. There you go. I really hope that to permit all origins of valid redirect URLs add plus. I guess we can do this, because if you enter the wildcard, I'm not sure how Elm or that plugin or that that Elm library that we are using works. But if it's sending with credentials in its headers, then the browser will still deny that stuff. Okay, so we just changed a setting. I'm gonna clear all of this stuff. Click on register again. Well, at least we're not getting course errors anymore, but still something is not quite okay. Check out the game. What game is that? Oh, there must be soccer going on. Laters. Okay, so we fixed course, so let's also add that to our README. Yeah, which we haven't done yet either. Enable blah blah blah. Don't forget to add. Well, actually, you before you save, you will need to fill it in. Then fill in. What did we call it? Valid redirect URIs. As just that one. And add plus in web origins. Voila! Zizo. Okay, so now at least that thing is working, but I don't see a call. I guess now there's still more stuff going on here, maybe? It's still an error. Bad body. You're a bad body. Ah yeah, okay. As I expected. That's still like this the stuff I forgot to add. So somewhere here we'll need some extra mappers. Oh man. Was that on Scrambled UI or in Realm settings that I just added that? So there's okay, to try to further explain this stuff. So my JSON that I expect in here, well, I guess here it doesn't really matter all that much, but because this expects a nickname, and so that's going to be filled in by, what's it called? Yeah, I guess Elm, that Elm thing that's going to send the register call eventually, but there's also supposedly some decoder here. It's not a registered player, it's the user info decoder. This thing. So apparently get user info takes a decoder or takes a configuration. Yeah, it takes a configuration. So wherever this thing is called. Okay, maybe here. Local keycloak configuration should have a user info decoder, I think. This one, okay. So here we expect user info to have a name parameter, but it doesn't in fact. The thing that it does have, I guess we can verify that by checking the response. It just has a sub, email verified, and a preferred username. Maybe we can just use this instead or something. I mean, the reason why I did that was so that I can just make the assumption that Epic eventually, my authentication source is going to return a name field on the user info object, and I configured my keycloak to map preferred username to name, basically. So I think it might just be in mappers, and then I would add a built-in, and then there's something like full name, maybe it's this one, or username. Man, I don't know. Let's do username. There, it's this one. Okay, so name, or is it the other way around? No. So we want to map username to not preferred username, but to name. And then we really need to make sure that it's added to the user info. I guess I don't care if it's added to these. But so now that I've got that, and I'm gonna register again. Ah, there we go, finally. Okay, so let's add that finally to the README as well. README. Then finally, to make sure that the Elm UI can interpret the user info as it expects, we'll need to add a custom, forgot what it was called, mapper. Yeah, mapper for the Scrambled UI client. So go to the mappers tab. Delete. Click on add built-in. Select, what was it? Username, I think. So let's remove it again and repeat the action, I guess. Delete. Add built-in. Select username. Where you at? I'm so blind. Maybe I refreshed or I clicked too soon or something. Oh my god. Hello. That's not it. Allee, how is this possible? I'm quite sure that there was a username listed here earlier. No? I don't understand any of this anymore. Maybe it's just a bug in Keycloak. This can't be it because it's a different property. Okay, let's try to do it without then. So create. Fucking hell. User. Property. The property is username. The token claim name should be name. Claim JSON type, it's a string. Username to name. Mapper. I think that's it. Now we have to test that stuff again. Get rid of that. Log out. Don't know if that even is a thing. Let's get rid of the register endpoint. We'll click on register again. Still logged in as Evzy. There we go. Okay, nice. Okay, so that also works. So we'll add a create. Click create. Then mapper type should have been a user property. Mapper type. User property. No, just property. Oh wait, no. User property. Then property should be username. And token claim name. Name should be name. And then claim JSON type string. Make sure add to user info. Enabled. Okay. Okay, voila. That's it. Jesus. Okay, so now we've got the, yeah, call it whatever you want, I guess. Username to name mapper. Then when you've logged in, you are welcomed and you need to basically enter your nickname that you want to be understood as like a registered with. So let's give him a nickname of Evzy as well. Maybe capitalize the E or something. I don't know how he does it. Evzy! Now we enter the register player endpoint, in fact. And you are now registered for the Scramble Ladder. Hooray! However, they're not quite yet in the leaderboard because the leaderboard only gets rehydrated every so often. Let's see, every 5 minutes, and the last one was okay, so it should be rehydrated real soon. I'll just wait for that. Because if we go back to the main website now, it's just me still. But then regeneration is gonna happen, hopefully. It's 22, but maybe we need to wait for 23. It should say it here. Challenge is done. Policy. I can show you what I mean by that though. Young. Ah, here. EventSourcing. So we just fired a register player command, which got executed successfully. It got returned. Player registered event was broadcast, but then then also the broadcaster picked it up and stored it into the event store, that player registered broadcast event. But then there needs to be some polling mechanism to rehydrate the most challenges leaderboard. And there's a policy for that understands when to do that basically, or what the timing is. And then once this fires, it will recreate the leaderboard and add FZ to the leaderboard. Here we go, regenerate triggered with 2 players. So now if we register or refresh again, there we go. FZ is in there as well. Yay. Now I absolutely forgot what we were doing. Yeah, somewhere in here in the story map we had something in progress. Verify JOT-sub matches with a known registered player, new endpoint. Why is that? Deal with a response in the UI. Unknown, forward to enter nickname form plus your... This is a thing we already did. Well, actually, known, you're already good. That's a thing we need to test now because we're actually not logged in now as FZ. So if we click register, maybe I should just force the login again. And then say you no longer have any sessions. There you go. Then we'll register. So we're anonymous again because we don't keep authenticated state anywhere in the application. We click register. It's FZ that's gonna log in, and their password was SMD321. Sign in. Happy fragging, but they're still being presented with the nickname thing. So if they try to log in now again, or sorry, register again, it should end up with an explosion. Great. There's an explosion. You can only register once with the same Epic account, but we're not showing that anywhere on the screen. So we could now say, let's implement this, or we could say, well, they shouldn't even be forwarded to the register screen when we already know them. And this is why I needed that endpoint. Basically, I need to check whether that combination already exists. And I think that's where we actually left off. So here in the get player by external account ref is something that we did last time, maybe? Auth header. Ah yeah, voila. And here we split. And here we rewrote a unit test for this, I think. Or I seem to vaguely remember. Yeah, so basically here also, this is obviously maybe not obvious, but this is a security flaw, because we're not validating the job token at all. We're just decoding it ourselves. We're not verifying its correctness or that it's actually coming from our trusted source. So really we're just saying, oh yeah, sure, this is probably a valid job token, whatever. You just add anything you want in there. But that's fine for now. I mean, we really need to just redo this at some point, but just to make sure that we are able to write the UI routing logic. That's why this code is here, basically. Because I guess I also wanted to postpone implementing Spring security, even though it's supposed to be really simple. I'm sort of afraid from it, from past experience, I guess. Anyway, possibly empty player. So we are checking if that player exists, and then if it's not, then okay, voila. So the endpoint is in fact already there. So what we'll need to do is now write some Elm code. Let's first commit that README. Okay, yeah, that's like a better. Let's commit only this one. Whip. I don't know how to actually do that. I think it's this one. Specified to do a bit more. And then this is documentation. Added docs on how to manually recreate the keycloak realm. I guess we should actually just export it at this point. Realm settings. Clients? Oh, I have no idea where to do that. You do it from here, maybe? Ah, here. Oh my god. Again, so blind. I do want to export clients. The groups and roles, I guess I don't care about. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, and then hopefully we can just import it whenever. Realm export. Let's try and copy that over or something somewhere. Great seeing you. I'm going to get the daily ladder games in. Good luck, have fun with the authentication stuff. Definitely most exciting stuff of our job, etc., etc. Thanks for watching and the good chats. And remember to keep your mailbox in the gaten. Have a good one and good luck, have fun in your ladder games. How come Finder? Ah, here we go. Okay. Downloads, sure. Here it is, a realm export. Ops key cloak. Voila, it should be there already now. Yay. And then we'll just commit this along with also added an export of our scrambled keylogger Elm in the hope that importing it might work next time. Okay, commit. Voila. And then what? Maybe we should also push some stuff. See if that still works. Yeah, so now we need to make a call to /info with that bearer token, and then we might or we might not be returned a register or a list of registered player JSONs. That's a bit weird. I guess we always expect only a single one, I know. That's so weird. I don't remember why it would have been a list. Maybe. Wait. No, I don't remember. Why is it a list? It really should only return a single one or none. Maybe it has something to do with to represent a none. If you have an empty list, then it's clear that it's a that you didn't find it or something, instead of having to deal with like a 400 or whatever. Because Elm is not great at interpreting, how do you say, optional responses from HTTP. At least I don't think so. I mean, I'm just saying something, honestly. Okay, let's see. So we're back into mainland. We've got the user info. Upon user info, so that's auth success, I think. We'll clear the URL and then also fetch the leaderboard, apparently. And because if you are not logged in, you should still fetch the leaderboard. However, if you were logged in, but there was something errored, then there should be an error and still you need to fetch the leaderboard. And otherwise you fetch the user info and then also fetch the leaderboard. But maybe what we should do now, like I don't really remember where we do the redirect to the register page. So there, it must be here or something. Got user info. I guess that's also not the place, huh? Let's check out the update function, because here we are dealing with, or basically registering all of the handlers on every single message type that can occur. So here's the got user info message. So upon success, we'll just get a result containing the user info. Registered player info response. We do have something like that already. Okay, so got user info is being handled here. So we are not interested in the error case. we are interested in the case where you do have a user info and you do have a token, then we'll say perform fetch registered player info token. This is the info call already. Okay then. Well, okay then. So the got fetch registered player info response has a registered players decoder, which takes in a list of registered players. Okay, that also seems nice. So we've already handled that stuff. Okay, so then where is this being used? There's the update function over here. So we got the registered player info response. Okay. So if it's an empty list, go to register, and otherwise route to known player home. But then so somehow, I guess somehow we're returning an empty list, even though the user should be known. If that's so that's my current reasoning. Because we already know. Let's log out, whatever. Let's do register. FZ already exists. And their unique combination is known to us. So let's go to the player controller, go to the info endpoint. Because the only thing I can imagine now is that this combination is incorrect. Or let's try to fetch the registered players. Oh, these seem to be dummy things that we're not taking the... why is that? Some ISS 1, 2, 3. Does that have anything to do with the to-do? So in the registration controller... Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, basically what we could do here now is write this sort of the same code as here to extract the ISS and sub out of the authorization header. Because the only thing we're using here is the external account ref that's important, and then in our thing here, we're also only interested in the external account ref anyway. Okay, so yeah, let's just try and fix that and see what breaks if we just extract this. So let's say and then let's see if it's in the same package. Yeah, okay. Let's do, yeah, I think internal is not good enough because then you'll open it up to the entire REST API module. We could put it on the external account ref thing itself, which lives in core API. That's also not something I want to do, but let's add it as an extension function then. So let's do, oh fucking hell, and now I need a companion object on that thing. don't want that. I guess we'll have to put it on string then. Yeah, I need some kind of a util thing to put that on. Tokens. And then this can be copied over and then made into an internal string extension function where we'll replace auth header with this and then get rid of the... Oh, that's too bad. That's not what I wanted. So let's do that. Voila. Yeah, good enough. And then we'll have this function just reference header, oops, header dot to external account ref, and then inline it. Why is it complaining? Okay, about nothing. That's nice. And now we can just yeah, reuse this. And the registration controller. And then make sure that we also get that auth header injected. Okay, let's go back to the registration controller. That bell there we don't want. We want this thing. This can go. This will just ref or will extract as a variable. Sure, and then what we'll do instead. Yeah, it's a bit weird that the registration info itself has the JOT ISS and the sub, because I'm not adding that at all, in fact. So here, let's do auth header, oops, header dot to external account ref. Voila. I guess it's a bit weird because now we're really saying, you know, I can make from any kind of a string, I can make it into an external account ref, which makes no sense. But yeah, I guess there's plenty of stuff that can go wrong here, and it's okay if it explodes. Okay, so now we need to surgically remove FZ from the registered players and have them log in again. So goodbye. Voila. And then redeploy this. So we'll just redeploy our app. That's a bit annoying because yeah. So now what I need to do is make sure that I think actually it doesn't really matter all that much, does it? Okay, I guess I'll just clear the event store here as well. Most recent. It's this one. Let's get rid of it. So that was basically the player registered event of FZ. And now I need to also wipe this board. And then restart my application once again. Actually, it shouldn't have mattered. I could have kept it running. Okay, anyway, now we're in like a fresh state where there's only one registered player, which is Scallop. And that's what's gonna cause the leaderboard to be regenerated with one player. And now we'll just need to make sure that we create an account for FZ, who we are going to log out right now. Sessions. You no longer have a session, my friend. Then we'll refresh. It'll just say Scallop. I'll register. I'll log in as FZ SMD31. Then, okay, we'll enter the breakpoint, which hopefully external account ref. Voila, it's unique. Hopefully we can save that thing properly. Seems like it has. And then now we'll just need to wait another minute or so for the wait, no, not yet. C. Join the fray, please. Oh no. I don't add the authorization header on the So here we were already, I think. Yeah, okay. So this impact 0, but in the registration controller we started taking into account the authorization header, and then that I don't think we'll pass along apparently. So if we do perform register, I guess that's in the register screen or something. Registration. Okay, register button clicked. How was it handled? Register player. I think we already do that, but then in the... Okay, and here we don't pass along the token. And the way we need to do that... Oh no, then that means moving this call also back up into main, I think. It's gonna defeat the entire purpose of hey, Lamar Sock. Thank you for a follow. Yeah, so in this headers they should use token, this token here, and we don't have that token readily available. in the registration Elm file. Dang it. How do we get that token? It's on the model somewhere, but I don't know where exactly. Model.token. And then in registration, we're saying, well, this model here only needs to deal with registrations model or whatever. So we don't actually have that token there. So I need to find a way to, or like using, how do you say that? I guess when I map to a specific model in my update function here, where's the update function here? So when it's a registration message, in that case, do set registration model. Using after the update function happens. Yeah, okay, that's fine, I think. So really what we can do here is in one of these, we can just remap or forward the token, I guess, from this model to the downwards model. Maybe that'll just be fine. Okay, so model here. You're now also gonna get a token, which is, I don't know what type it is. Let's go to this model. It's a maybe OAuth token. Cool. Voila. Import. Zeker dat ja. With nothing as well as an empty model. It should be okay. What? Oh, it's a... Ah, yeah, okay. I need to fix the order. Voila. Okay, so now we probably will have a token in my set registration model. We are only updating the new registration model. Wacht, hè. With this one, which got updated, but then we have to enrich it again or something. Well, yeah, this is weird. I guess what we could do is work with like a little bit of a hierarchy in that model that we pass along to the registration screens, let's say, and then come up with like a record type that always has a token and, or like a maybe token and its own type of model, and then destructure wherever I need it, basically. But that's so annoying. Good luck, good job. Cheers. It's not really... Yeah, I don't know. It's annoying, eh? I wanted to... I wanted for this to be a bit easier, you know? Because now I want this update call to do whatever, but then I still want to remap the token if necessary, apparently. So the way that works is set registration model with the new registration model and then the model. So maybe we should do it here every single time. So that means, let's do a let where we say token enriched registration model equals new reg model, where the token equals the model's token, and then we'll return that. But this sucks, honestly. It really sucks. I just don't have a better solution here. And I guess we should do that for home as well, but that's for another time, I think. In any case, this should forward the token of the main model onto the registration model, making a registration model have an actual token at the right point in time, which will then will allow me to add what was it, headers or something? Headers? Nee? Allee. Somewhere in main we say header. Yeah, like just like this, in fact. Use token and then use model.token. Here we need to destructure this, or like, fucking hell. I guess if you don't have it, don't add headers or something. So we can set this up to be like the main request or something. General request. And then I guess what I want to do is just pass along the request. So that would be this. If I just add it to, or set it to general request, then it's already compiling. But really what I want to do is I want to make this into a case. Model.token of, and then if it's just a T or something, I want to return this, and I want to add as headers equals that part that I had before. This, I think, and then instead of token we'll just do T. And then replace the comma with a pipe. I guess you can't actually extend a record type like that, or what? Okay, in that case, yeah, just because I don't know how to do it, I guess. And then if it's nothing, then it'll just be general request. That's really what I wanted to write, but I don't think you can write this because it doesn't have, you can't really update that. So I sort of need to destructure that entire general request. I could do this. Something like that. Oh yeah, but then I'm returning a different type, and then Elm is not happy with that either. Is there an optional thing? Maybe we can just, yeah, let's do that instead. Just add an empty, let's do that. Headers equals an empty array, and then it should work. And then I guess I can also use this notation where I say just use general request and only update the headers and set it to that thing. Now, what's your problem? Okay, apparently post is not the thing I need here. Oh, you do request and then with that thing, and then I guess you'll also need a method. Paste. What's the next thing that we're missing? Method we have, headers we have, but it's in a different order. Is that a thing? Yeah. Is it? Method, headers, URL, body, expect, and then there's timeout and a tracker. So let's go back to main and then just copy these things. Voila. Now it should be okay. Noise. Okay. And instead of get, we should definitely do a post. LOL. Okay, so now we should be using the token. Yeah, and then I guess that's that. I think everything is compiling. Yeah. Okay, so let's log out FZ's session once again. Log out. Then we'll go back to their main screen where FZ is not registered at all. We'll click on register. We'll log in as FZ. We are successfully logged out. Logged in. Here's the get player by external account ref. That's fine, but I'm more interested in the registration. No shit, the registration controller. Where are you at? Okay, here. I also want a breakpoint. Let's run. Okay, we get redirected here. Let's join the fray. Voila. And now we do have an external account ref. We'll register FZ along with that. We get a successful FZ over there. Then let's verify. Okay, they're not yet in the leaderboard, but that's gonna happen eventually. In about 2 minutes, I think, because it was every 5. Yeah, in about 2 minutes, they will also enter the leaderboard. Okay, but the thing that we were mainly testing is now that FZ is actually logged in. If I click register again, well, actually no. So they're logged out, but if they are known to the system, it should be. So we click register. And here they are found, I think. Possibly empty play. Oh, what the fuck is going on? Voila, they are indeed found. And now what happens is they are just logged in again and they're not redirected to the, what's it called? The register page again, eh? Oh, nice. This is what we wanted to achieve, in fact. Am I? Okay, so let's split this one up because one part is done. And that's the lower part. Deal with response in the UI known. This is green. Yay! And this is not yet green. So deal with the response in the UI. That means if you're not yet known, you're being. This is also done, in fact. Allez. Okay, that's sweet. That's something that we did already before. That's also probably why I didn't mark the complete thing as done yet. Holy crap. Move register button out of home into main again and rename to register/login. Okay, yeah, this is we only get short-lived JOTs and not use them as sessions. This is important. I guess maybe another thing that's quite important is to maybe we should do that first here, is to actually use Spring Security to deal with JOT verification, etc. Yeah. Because otherwise we're just trusting any kind of JOT token there, and that's kind of weird. I mean, you can't do any harm with that type. Yeah, unless, you can actually do harm with that because you can forge your own JOT token. And then if you intercept a JOT token of an actual registered player, you can just pass that along to the register or any kind of endpoint, and then the backend will be like, oh yeah, nice. You've got a great JOT token here, and I know this player, so you are now authorized to do whatever you want. That's not something that we want to do. Okay. Sweet. But that's definitely worth a commit. Okay. Very cool. I really don't like this. Okay, you know what I'll do, at some point I changed to using this, like the pop-up, as a way to do my commit messages, but now I'm no longer a fan. Okay, I forgot where you changed that thing again. Where is it? In let's just look for commits window or something. Non-modal commit interface, that's the thing I wanted. Okay, let's do commit. Oh, now we can finally use shortcuts here again. I can't seem to increase it anymore. That's a bit sad, but so be it. Okay, let's see what we did. We passed the token from main into registration, which is something we should definitely fix at some point. Then we wrote an extension function to make or to transform an authentication header into an external account ref. which just reminds me that we haven't actually run the scenario tests for that. So let's check that out soon. We added the token in the registration part so we can send it along when we have it. Otherwise, just do a regular request and then, you know, get an authenticated response or something like that. This needs some cleanup apparently. Here's the part where we in register player extract that external account ref using that same extension function. That's the extension function itself. Well, that's Gucci, yeah. Okay, let's do new feature. What the fuck? Oh yeah. That's because I zoomed in and then it doesn't appear. What the fuck? IntelliJ, what the fuck you doing? So ASDF, maybe this is why I eventually reverted back to the dialogue or something, I don't know. Anyway, here when a registered user, well actually a registered player re-authenticates, they should not be presented with the registered player screen anymore. That's it. Commit. Okay, nice. Let's push that. And then let's run the scenario tests again. I wonder. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think in the register player step, we are not passing headers here, and that's probably something that's gonna go wrong now. That then also means that we can just get rid of this, I guess. Yeah, both of them fail. Why is that? Missing request header authorization. Okay, that's cool. How do you add those headers? Wait, we should also have already had used that somewhere. Oh shit, we only have. Here we go. Fetch player by jolt info. Basically, it's this thing that we need. Oh, and they also get the jolt info. Hello. So yeah, let's do this. It's a bit weird because I want to write this as something like as encoded jolt, dummy jolt or something. So let's do that. Let's do that now. On jolt info as dummy encoded jolt. This returns, I think it's just a string. And the implementation should be this. Well, actually, dummy jolt this, and then encode it, and then we Gucci. And now we should just use jolt info dot as dummy and go to jolt. Yours. We can get rid of that thing, and then we can just reuse this whole line. Okay. And now it should work. Let's run the tests again. Because now we should have an actual jolt info, huh? On the header, I mean. Voilà ça. Bam, these already work. Now let's revisit the registration controller. I think this one might have an actual test, like a unit test. Ooh. None of them were found. That's cool. I think I removed them in favor of those scenario tests, which basically test all the things now. Which is really nice because now I have much less maintenance in my tests, and they run fast enough, I guess. 8 seconds seems fine. Okay, commit. This is basically me fixing tests. Fixed scenario tests to include actual jolt in the header authorization header. Voila, ça. That we push as well. Okay, and then that's where I will leave you, fine folks, because it's been a good session. Thank you for joining me in my very first live coding session at my new house. Hopefully there will be many more to come, and yeah, really looking forward to increasing my frequency. Actually, I'm still looking into if I am able to do that, but we will find out soon enough. All right. Normally I would host somebody else, but with the 1 viewers might not be worth it. So I bid you all a good night wherever you're from, even if it's your morning for you. I would just wish you a good night's rest. All right. See you later. Peace. Bye.